Right, okay, this is Mark after Oxford. Should you have won that game, Mark?
Without a doubt. We're up and running now. That's our season started today. It took us 7 games. Can happen. We were much better in every department. Last Saturday, staff probably felt the goal and maybe Terry's could have been a winner, would have paper over the cracks. Today, that was a proper performance, and I need 39 more.
And really got off to a great start with Byron's goal. A great start in both halves.
Yeah, absolutely. We were much better in every department. Listen, they're a decent side. They're unbeaten. We battered them. We battered them. We're a better team. They've made a fantastic start. Credit to them. But you know, play like that, we'll be in and around it, no problem at all.
It was a feisty old game. Plenty of commitment, plenty of effort.
Yeah, it has to be. It means something, you know. Maybe we've just been a bit airy-fairy and a bit lightweight in areas, but we stood up to them. More than stood up to them. We set the tone with our aggression and closing down and pressing and played some good stuff at the same time.
Must be delighted with the front two, Terry and Byron both getting
They've got to do it week in, week out now. Not today and then nothing against Torquay next week and Wimbledon the week after. That is the standard they've got to play to. They've scored 2 decent goals. Could have had a couple more. Could have had a couple of penalties. I think Johnny's a decent player. I know the lad is coming for his probably first game of the season, Reigns, but I thought they caused them all sorts of problems. And we're disappointed we haven't won, but today was, like I said, it's just the start of our season.
Disappointed with the goals he conceded?
Yeah, particularly the first. I ain't talking about them.
What about the 2 penalty decisions? The one from the clash and the
Jermaine's is a penalty, yeah. I've seen the DVD at half time, it's a penalty. Second one, not sure where Johnny's, I thought it was probably too close. But the first one definitely.
But lots of positives.
Lots of positives, miles more than last week, and we've drawn with Portsmouth. Oxford are unbeaten. They showed a bit of character, coming behind twice, but it also probably our dodgy spells in the game when we were leading 1-0 and 2-1. So for a couple of minutes in the second half. But listen, I'm pleased that we finally put in a performance that we want to label as our own, and we want to label as a benchmark to kick on for the rest of the season. We've got 39 more league games. If we play like that in them, we've got a great chance.
Yeah, James Wilson seemed to grow into the game as it went on.
I thought he was superb. And the first half, I thought Kitson caused us a few problems. I think we probably made our own downfall by being a little bit deep. But once we got to grips with it, I thought James was excellent, and can be well pleased with his debut for us.
And also the way that the front two did bully them, that really does give a lot of...
No, they didn't only bully them. I watched Johnny Mullins. He's a friend of mine, and I've seen him play, and he dominates. He's an aggressive son, so he's 6 foot. He's a threat in the box. He's had a header saved, scored unfortunately. I thought Byron and Terry gave him as good as more than he bargained for today. I think if you'd seen DVDs of our few last games, I think he'd have probably thought about him for an easy afternoon, but we peppered him at times. We made it uncomfortable for him, and we played some really good football at times. So on bar the result, I'm pretty pleased with today's performance.
Some good quality in midfield, some good build-up play with Matt.
Matt Richards that was the Matt Richards I signed. Like I said, everyone's stepped up a little bit today, everybody, and we had to. So we're not going to stand still now. It's a case of building on that and making sure that we're even better next week.
We'll take that into Torquay now.
We have to, yeah. I won't settle for anything less. And it starts now with our warm downs, with our work. We're back in on Tuesday to go through another good week to keep working on training. We've had to work this week. And on Wednesday I did a defending session and only had 2 defenders. So we'll get there. Performances like that and spirit that we showed today, that'll do for me.
And you brought Dave Kevin in to help. What's the thinking there?
I wanted to Jason Murphy, with business commitments and stuff, had to get away. You've thrown me there, Mark. Mark's lad needs a wee, so that one threw me. Can't remember the last interviewer that got asked, told he needed the loo. Listen, with Jason left, we've restructured or just reshaped the backroom staff, if you like, with Ian Hutton, with Craig Cope, who's doing our video analysis, and obviously I wanted to bring in a coach. Dave's got great experience. He'll be really good for me and Neil. He's coming in a few days a week, and I think he's already made a really positive impact, and I think it can really help us.
Thanks, Mark.
Mark, you've got the players here, haven't you? You can see on the good side.
John, it's the most frustrating game in the world at times, you know, especially when, you know, we performances at this stage get you results eventually. You know, we've not put in enough performances. You know, so maybe today was a bit of a. You know, we've got to get back in credit. I've talked about credit, getting in credit before. You know, we've got to get back in credit and make sure we get what we deserve. And you know, that's the sort of effort, commitment, spirit that I want from my teams.
Yeah, the midfield looked good today with Richards and Noble. You happy with Penn playing wide?
Yeah, he played just
out.
Yeah, I thought he was good. Russ, I thought his energy in there. And sort of in areas freed up Jermaine. Oh, listen, there was lots to like about us today, and you know, get back on the training ground and we'll work again on developing it even further.
Yeah, you said you want it from those front two week in, week out, but it's amazing how different Byron looks when he's confident, isn't it? Again, got the early goal and he was causing them all sorts of problems. Yeah,
and he has to do that. He was confident today. You know, it's in Byron's head, and. He's got all the ability, he's got all the attributes. 6'3", he's quick, he's got everything, and he's got to do it week in, week out. Now he's done it today against a decent side, and we've got to make sure that we're right at it, and he's got to do the same.
Yeah, you worked with Dave Kevin before, haven't you, at Burnley?
Yeah.
So is that where
I know Dave, and he's unfortunate to find himself out of work, doing a bit of scouting for a few people, but his knowledge and his tactical expertise as a coach, he's going to help me, Neil, and the boys massively.
Do you think you can compare it to Steve Cottrell bringing in Graham Olner just for another face on the...
to anything. I wanted another pair of eyes. I've wanted that for some time. With Jason sort of having to step aside, you know, for work commitments, I wanted a coach. I wanted an experienced one. I wanted someone who's just going to add something to us. And you know, myself and Neil have to do everything along with Wes and my staff. And it's, you know, most teams they've got 3 people. You know, Chris has got himself, Mickey Lewis, Andy Melville, you know, Wayne Brown, and you know, myself with now Neil, Wes, Bucky, Dave Kevin. It's just another set of good eyes that can hopefully, you know, improve us as a football team.
Yeah, cheers, Mark. Thanks a lot.